What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Ibara in this Brave Exvius video. And make sure to hit that notification bell, and make sure, if you are new to the channel, make sure you are subscribed. I'm trying to remember saying that as much as I can. So, anyways, as a global exclusive Brave Exvius character, we now have Ibara, or however you say your name. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm gonna say Ibara because it's just easier for me to say, but I know it's probably wrong. I think someone corrected me already. But since we only have one character to review, it's not gonna take very long. Yeah. So overall, I looked over a kit. I got her review down. It didn't take very long since it's only one unit. And let's get into it. So now we have Ibara here with. At least I know from the future this STMR is not going to be very useful, except for her. Maybe for Renoa in the future. I doubt that. But her STMR is good for her at least, but not so much good for anyone else. And it's really only good for her Brave Shift form, but not for her normal form. So at the same time, her STMR is just whatever. And her TMR is just 60%. Magic and some MP refresh, 55% MP refresh, which is nice, I guess. It's nice enough. So here we go. Lightning and Dark Elemental Attacker, Element Magic Attacker. She has Bolting Strike, and she also has Chaos Wave Awaken, of course. And keep in mind, guys, chaining will be fixed in the future. In the far future from now, where Chaos Wave Awakened is a lot easier to chain with. So if you guys did not know that, the JB side, about a month ago I think now, they did fix chaining a lot, so it feels a lot smoother. So hopefully you guys are excited for that buff whenever that happens, whatever you want to call it. And moving on, now we have 150% TDH in our normal form. We have 150% True to Wield, and a 6x cap in our Brave Shift form, which is very nice. Always like having 6x cap and also True to Wield on my mages. Those are my favorite type of mage. I'm tired of TGH ones. Those don't really do anything for me. And we have Bolting Strike. Bolting Strike and Chaos Wave Awaken frames, like I mentioned. Bolting Strike is pretty good because you can chain with a lot of other units. Chaos Wave Awaken, I know everybody doesn't like it, but it's there. Arashi, I wanted to mention this because it's a stacking move, and I know people don't like that too much. But it also has a backloaded hit of Ignore Spirit. Certain mods, I think it's like 20 something mod, but it's Ignore Spirit 50%. So it's a pretty interesting move. I don't really see these out that often where it's stacking, but also has a backloaded hit. So it'll be hitting pretty hard at the maximum stacks. And lastly, I just wanted to mention her Limit Burst in her normal form could be decent as a 100 times mod with 10 hits, I believe, and 100% light resistance buff, which is nice. So if you needed that for some reason, that's also available. And another unique thing is that she has 30% magic evasion, which, by the way, guys, for anyone who's new to the game, you can only increase that by basically one item, because magic evasion cannot stack. So basically, let's say you have an item, let's say you have an accessory that gives you 15% magic evasion. Let's just say that. I'm not saying it's real. I'm just saying hypothetically. So you equip that. Then you have 45% magical evasion. If you equip, let's say like a materia, they'll give you 50% magic evasion. Now you have it discounts the 15%, and now you would have 50% on top of the 30. So see, you wouldn't be able to stack them. The highest amount of magical evasion will override just like any kind of buff. Like for example, if you had a 200% buff to attack, and you can now have a 300%, the 300% will go over the 200, it will not stack. So it's very similar to that, in case any of you guys did not know that. Moving on, There are some cons that I wanted to mention. Spiritual Possession, which is one of her Chaos Wave Awakened moves and a cooldown, is a 162 times mod, sure. But it's not an elemental, so I don't know if you would ever even use it. It's a high mod though. Maybe you would use it. I just don't. Not an elemental is just bad, in my opinion. So, Double Elements is usually bad. Grimlord Sakura, same thing. They didn't learn from Grimlord Sakura. Apparently, Halloween is just the time of year where they just like doing these dual element attacks. Thankfully, it's only on one of her abilities, I believe, maybe two, but I think it's only one on Sinister Storm. So I don't think you should use it unless the enemy is not weak, not resistant to either of those elements. But still, dual elements is just I don't like the idea of it. And no infinite turns on Brave Shift, unfortunately. So that really hurts her, just everything really, and not being able to stay in that Brave Shift form, which is it's really nice that if you could just stay in that, because you have the 6 times capping of the True Dual Wield. That would be pretty nice, right? And also only one use for the Grandest ability. That kind of hurts. Would have been nice to have three times at least, 2 or 3 times. That's usually pretty standard to have 2 or 3 times, at least on most units that are coming out on the JP side. They usually have 2 or 3 times uses. And only one use is, well, it's unfortunate because it has 100% killers on it for human and fairy, and it has 300% magic bonus buff on that. I forgot to mention that she does have human and fairy killer, but they're so low that I didn't even want to bother. It's only 50% for both, so it's whatever. It is whatever on that. And for the optimal rotation, I just thought of originally to either shift into Brave Shift form to get that supernatural frenzy used, because it gives her modifiers just like how Bart's back then would have, stacking, but it would be permanent. This is basically permanent as long as she's alive, for supernatural frenzy, and it boosts all of her moves in a Brave Shift form. Or you could just stick to Arashi chaining, get those maximum stacks for her Arashi chaining setup in her normal form. So that's about it. That was pretty easy to review because she's just a mage that I know I've reviewed a lot of mages lately, so I kind of knew what to look for. So my review of her is going to be, because she has all these nice things, but she also has a few negatives, like only being able to use one Grandest ability and no infinite turns of a Brave Shift form. I think I'll go for an 8.5 out of 10. I like the Little Burst in the normal form that can give 100% light resistance buff. I think that's pretty neat for certain situations. But I don't like that she can't stay in her Brave Shift form, and I don't think that I like the low amount of killers that she has. She has very low amount of killers. So that's what's leading to my score here, 8.5 out of 10. I think that's pretty high. For anyone new to my channel, 7 out of 10 is usually the base standard average. So getting anything above 7 is always very nice. 8.5 out of 10 is a very high score in my review. And maybe someday I'll put out like a structured number system. I know a lot of people are probably gonna watch that. That's why I haven't really made anything like that. Like, oh, this is how I do my reviews, because I'll get like 100 views. I'll spend all this time making giant charts and I'll get like 100 views. So yeah, that's why I haven't made one. Anyways, guys, if you like this kind of video, make sure you give a like. Make sure to, again, subscribe to my channel if you watch all the way through. Obviously, you are invested enough to watch this far into the video. I appreciate you. And make sure to hit that like button if you like this video, like I said. And if you watch all the way to the end of this video, make sure to type in hashtag Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. In case I don't see you, happy Halloween to everybody. I know this is kind of an awkward time. It's not the traditional type of Halloween, but it is still Halloween. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.